Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Neha Sen, and today I will present a topic: stock market. It is an overview of stock market. So, before starting my topic, I just want to ask a general question from all of you. Are you investing right now? Okay. So, what motivates you to invest, or are you getting any benefit, a good benefit from it?
I bought this from stock market.
Okay, nice. And what about how you get knowledge about stock market? So today, as I told you, I am going to present and today my topic is stock market. And to begin with my topic, I would like to present an example in front of all of you. So my example is of a washerwoman, Osceola McCarthy, who is a washerwoman and daughter of single mother. Her mother told her from her childhood, Osceola, start saving money. She kept this wording with herself entire rest of her life, and she started saving. She worked hard. She washed clothes, dry it, iron it till 11 p.m. and then she starts saving in her piggy bank. And in Mississippi, first national bank came, and she went to the bank and start for opening a saving account, and she starts saving there. So she is Osceola McCarthy. She uh, she born in 1908. After decade, she had a stunning amount of 280,000, which is a handsome amount just only by saving. And after keeping enough amount with herself, she also gave it to or donate it to unprivileged students. So from this, we learned that Osceola McCarthy learned one right thing and practiced it entire life. So whenever someone start investing, the first question came in everybody's mind is why we should invest. So let's take an example. Suppose I am earning 50,000 per month, and my expenses are 30,000, and I am saving 20,000, for example. And also assume my employer give me a 10% hike every year, and 8% cost of living is also increasing. So in total, per annum, I am earning 6 lakh, spending 3.6 lakh, and saving 2.4 lakh. And at the end of 20 years, also I am 30 years of age, and I am planning to retire after 50. So I want to just earn between these. I have only 20 years to save for my retirement. So this will lead to 1.8 crores only savings. I am saving 2.4 lakh per annum, and at the end of 20 years, it will lead to 1.8 crore. On the other hand, if I will not let this money idle, I will invest it at 12% per annum. It will lead to it will lead to it will lead to 4.2 crore at the end of 20th year, and every situation and everything was same as in first case. So in first case, so now here we see that it is 2.4% more than the saving amount. So we concluded from here why investing is much better than just saving. So without investing, I am getting 1.8 crore, and with investing, I am getting 4.2 crore, which is 2.4 times more than just investing. So investing makes more sense than letting that cash sit idle. Okay, so this next second question, whenever we invest, we ask to ourselves where to invest. So mainly there are 4 assets in which we invest. First is real estate, second is fixed income, third is equity, and fourth is gold. And all of we know about real estate, how real estate investing can work. In real estate, we buy and sell lands. It can be for commercial purpose or residential purpose. In this, we can buy, for example, I buy a land for 1 crore and sell it for 1 crore 20 lakh. So I earn a profit of 20 lakh just buying and selling of land. So it is a kind of investing in real estate. Second is fixed income. Fixed income is like a fixed deposit where you invest a fixed amount at starting or at particular time and get a interest compounded annually, and after a fixed period of time you will get an amount, and it contain corporate bonds issued by organization owned by government, or corporate bond or government bonds. And next is equity. It is very risky, or we can't guarantee a profit or success in equity, as but we can earn a profit in equity when prices of share increases. So this is how we earn in equity. And the last is gold. In gold, uh, gold is very volatile investing asset, in which you can in which you can invest directly on physical gold or invest in ETFs or SPG bonds. So now we are going to talk about ecosystem. So before I talk about the ecosystem of stock market, I would like to present an example of vegetable mandi. So suppose this is a normal mandi, and farmers from nearby area came mandi to sell their vegetables, and government agents, private dealers, and individual wholesaler came mandi to buy from mandi. So here we are following a chain where farmer is giving to vendors in mandi, and from vendors these different sources are buying from mandi. So this is a kind of same chain depicts in stock market also. So first of all, we'll talk about broker. The first step in stock market ecosystem is broker. What is broker? Can anybody of huh?
The middleman between a investor
And a stock exchange.
stock exchange.
Okay, right. So broker is a corporate entity which is registered, which is a member of registered stock exchange, which deals with consumer and stock exchange, where consumer contact broker for their demand, or if he wants to buy or sell a particular share, and share it with the stock exchange. So kind of mediator, this the way you say. Also, we have trading account, and trading account is with broker only, where we deposit our share or sell it from there only. Service provided by broker is, it gives access to us to the market so that we can trade. It provides profit margins. It also provide or suggest us call and trade, which help us in call and trade. And next, after broker, the share are relayed to exchange board, stock exchange. And there are two types of exchange board in India, NSE and BSE. NSE, National Stock Exchange Board. NSE is the biggest exchange in India. It has a fully automated electronic and screen-based trading system, whereas BSE is the oldest and first stock exchange in India. It offers high-speed trading to investor. Nifty 50 comes under NSE, and Sensex come under Bombay Stock Exchange or BSE. There are 2,671 companies in NSE and 5,600 companies in BSE. These are the income of BSE and NSE. That is $5.13 trillion and $5.4 trillion in BSE. Now, after exchange, there's come a role of corporate clearance, where where shares actually get cleared. Where, for example, or it is a place where stock came, and it went to the actual, for example, I buy a share. I want to buy a share. So after I ask broker for it, then broker pass it on to exchange board, and after exchange board, after matching my required vote, after matching my requirement with the corresponding seller, exchange board pass it to corporate clearance so that it can facilitate the completion of the transaction. So here the transaction get cleared, and after that comes the depositor. Depositor is kind of digital locker. It kept our share digitally, or it shows it reflect it shows transfer of share from seller account to the buyer account, and reflect it reflect share in our account. Bank function is normally just like it bank's function is to normally transfer funds. For example, if I want to withdraw my funds from the bank will allow me to withdraw it, or if company is paying me dividend, then dividend is paying through bank. Next is SEBI. SEBI regulate all of the participants we have discussed till now. It sets rules and regulation for all of the participants, and enforce them, and enforce rules to all of them to follow, so that they followed by all of the participants we have discussed till now. Now the next is why companies list. For example, one of my friend opened a startup company, and it is of t-shirts. His friends or family members suggest him to increase his or her business. So for initial funding, where he will go? He will ask money from his family, friends, or angel investor. So this is known as seed funding, as it behave like a seed which will further grow into a tree or a very fulfilling business. So that is why it is known as seed funding, and it include family, friends, and angel investor. Next come venture capital. When after seed funding, business wants to grow more in different regions, then venture capital are organization which provide financial assistance to startups for their development in different parts of the country, or wherever they want to grow in different parts. And now last is IPO. What is IPO? What is IPO? What process includes in IPO? Yeah, it is the first time company came into the market. Now company expanded business in all over the country, and now it wants to grow in the global level, at the global level. So it wants to offer shares to public, and it is known as initial offer. It is the first time public offers share to the public, and it is a kind of it offers share to the public and asks for money in exchange of shares. Why do stock price fluctuate? For example, suppose my friend want to sell a camera. So he set a price of 20,000 and list it online. Then buyer went, and he find it expensive, and he wants to buy it at 18,000. Buyer will wait, my friend will also wait. After waiting for 2 months, my friend realized that nobody is buying. So he reduces price to 19,000. Still nobody is buying. Then he reduces to 18,000. Now the buyer price matches the seller's price. So here because of demand and supply, price fluctuate. So that is what happens in the stock market. When buyer and seller's price match, when buyer and seller price match from the face value of share, then it leads to fluctuation in the stock price. For example, I want to buy a stock of XYZ company, and there is a news about the XYZ company, positive news which lead to profit. So it will lead to increase in the price of share, and the buyer who wants to buy at lower price won't have to increase his price level so that he can buy that share. So here buyer demand matches with the seller demand, and it buy share at a higher price than his that before he wanted to buy at that price. So in stock market, people are bidding and offering stock in every second, and this is why prices of stock fluctuate due to constant change in demand and supply. When people agree to buy and sell a stock at a certain price, that become a last traded price. And last not the least, what is stock market index? Simply, a stock market index is a statistical tool that tracks the performance of a specific segment of a company's or the overall stock market, calculated by measuring the price changes of a group of the stock that represent a particular market of economy. For example, Nifty 50 represent a 50 top companies, and it represent by a single number. Matlab, it will show us the whole. It will describe the condition of all the companies in Nifty 50 in just by showing only the one number. So that is Nifty 50, and that is known as market index. And there are so many indexes such as BSE mid cap, BSE Sensex, BSE small cap, and these number only from by watching these number we can conclude about the top companies included in these indexes. And last, I want to conclude by saying in trading and investing, it's not about how much you make money, but rather how much you don't lose. Thank you so much.